Well, hey guys, Lee with LG Speed and Custom here, and in this video, we're going on a little road trip in Shannon's Meteor. But first, we're going to do a little bit of maintenance. We're taking Shannon's Meteor on a little road trip. We are going to the Langley Cruise In on Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday we are going to the Acrophobiacs Lowrider Club's annual carbecue, which is a barbecue, if you didn't put that together. We're taking the Meteor. So we got to do some maintenance on this first. One of the main things I want to do is, you remember several videos back when we lowered this car? And I was like, well, we should get a wheel alignment done on it now. Never happened. We never got a wheel alignment done on it. And as a result, the front wheels are wearing funny because they're tipped in a little bit. So rather than fixing the issue, I'm just swapping the slightly worn front tires with the back tires because they're still good. I think they call that a wheel rotation, which is something you're supposed to do, part of your regular maintenance, right? So that way the slightly worn tires will be on the back and the good tires will be on the front, which has lots of tread that can get worn out. We'll do alignment on it one day. Actually, so to align these cars after you lower them, the camber gets weird on them, and Shoebox Central sells like a camber kit to fix it, which is a little plate that goes on that relocates the upper control arms. And I have those. I just haven't had time to put them in. So we'll do that. We might do a little tape measure alignment on it anyways. But yeah, the beginning of this video, we're going to rotate the tires. We'll probably put some grease on the front end, on the kingpins and the steering components and stuff, and just give the car a little once over before we hit the road. Today is Thursday. It's Thursday afternoon right now, and tomorrow morning our friend Kat is coming, and she's going to ride with us, and we're going to hop in the car and head from Victoria, BC, where we are now, not to Langley first, but we're going to Mission, BC, which is north of Langley, to make it custom at Carl Fisher's place, because he's letting us crash at his house, which is awesome, because that saves us on hotel fees. So anyways, let's start this video off with a quick wheel rotation and grease the front end. Thought that the wheel bearing was loose, so I took the cap off and went to tighten it and realized the wheel bearing is tight. It's actually wiggling up here on this joint right here, which is actually loose. So that's cool. That's why we're doing a pre-trip road test inspection, right? So we'll tighten that up and throw some grease in there. Oh, that's is this reverse thread on this side? I do own proper wrenches, but they're in the toolbox, and this crescent wrench from the wheel bearing was right here, so it'll work. Okay, how's that feel? Oh yeah, that's nice and solid now. Perfect. Throw some grease in here. Oh, maybe. Is it going to take grease? Oh yeah, there it goes. Wheels are rotated, front end is greased, brakes are adjusted. Shannon and I even did a quick tape measure wheel alignment. And oh gosh. And I need a funnel. I'll just go from this side. And yeah, the front end is good, so it's just the camber that's out. Shannon's just cleaning a little bit of crust off the terminals on the battery. Oil's good. Coolant is pretty much good. It was just down. What? Can I have that cap, please? Coolant is good. Actually, it'll take a little more. I always fill these up, and then they burp out and get to their happy spot, and then I fill them up again, and it's just a vicious cycle. But I don't know. I'm always scared they're going to be too low. Well, there's a half a jug of coolant that went in, including what I dumped on the floor. So I think we're ready to hit the road. All right, car is good to go. We're gonna leave about 9:30 tomorrow morning, so we'll see you then. All right, we are on the road, heading to the Langley Cruise In now. We've got like probably a 40-minute drive, and then we're gonna get on a ferry, take an hour-and-a-half ferry ride over to the lower mainland. Once we get off the ferry, we're gonna head to Carl Fisher's place at Make Custom. That's where we're gonna, it sounded like I said naked custom, didn't it?
Yeah.
Make it custom. I mean, I don't know, he might get naked. Who knows? It's getting weird. This is getting weird. Yeah, we're staying at Carl's place for the weekend. So we'll probably get there probably around 2:30 this afternoon or so. Our friend Kat is riding with us. Lex's personal photographer. We got Lex sitting back here. Doris is coming along. Shannon's driving. It's gonna be a good time. We've made it to the BC Ferries terminal. So for those that watch the channel all the time, you're aware, we live on an island. We live on like Canada's version of Hawaii, I guess, only it's not in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It's like an hour-and-a-half out, so it's just a short, well, I say short, hour-and-a-half ferry ride to get to the mainland, where we will drop off just south of Vancouver, BC.
Vancouver? No, I've never seen that. Really? Oh, it's pretty funny.
we're just getting some gas. We're in Tawasin, BC right now, which is like on the outskirts of the, I guess, the greater Vancouver area. From here, we got probably, I don't know, an hour and a half-ish to get to Carl's place. We're gonna stop and have some food. Hi, Kat. We've arrived in Maple Ridge. Kat found this cool diner across the road here, Bobby Socks. So we're gonna go try that out. Got a nice shady spot in the shade for Doris. And once we're done eating, we'll go over to see what Carl's up to.
That is different. These are too easy.
Lucky Highway.
Bobby Socks. Not bad. Pretty good burger. We're on the road again, heading towards Carl's. Made it to Carl's. Check out this Meteor that he just picked up. I think he got this in Revelstoke or Golden. Pretty cool. What's up, Carl? You're so noisy with your floor jack on the concrete. Putting some coolant in his truck.
Yeah, we're going cruising. That's the idea.
You guys all been following along on Carl's channel. Make It Custom. This is his 4-door Zephyr that he's turning into a 2-door coupe. He's doing all this by scratch, or from scratch. Did you say it's beautiful up here, Lux? Oh yeah, you gonna have a seat? Okay. I'll come here and sit. We're gonna sit. All right, we're leaving Carl's place. We're following Carl right now. So, I've never been to the Langley Cruise In before, but apparently, like, Friday night, everyone just does, it's just a whole bunch of cruising around until the cops break it up and then you cruise to another spot. So, we're just heading into town to go meet up with some people and go cruise around. Did another gas stop. We're actually in Langley now. Hitting the road again. Starting to see a lot of cool cars cruising around. That's how we know we're getting close. Here we are. Hey, what's up? Just So we're at a A&W right now. We're just rolling through because there's nowhere to park. But yeah, there's hundreds and hundreds of cars everywhere around here. This whole complex is full. Just pulled over here to have a little regroup. We got all split up back there. That was a little overwhelming. There's a lot of cars there. I love this wagon. Wonder if he trades for Shannon's car. Carl is unfortunately having some technical issues. But we just happen to be across the street from SoCal Speed Shop. So Shannon and I are gonna run in there real quick while Carl's working on his truck. And I bought a hood for my 32 quite a while ago in Portland. And my friend Bruce went to Portland and picked it up and brought it back to his place in Northern Washington. And then another guy, Brian, picked it up from him and has it right now at SoCal. So we're gonna go try and find him and get the hood for my 32. looking for... Oh, there's Terry right there. My hood's in Terry's van. So we kind of didn't get the hood. Terry was pulling out with the hood just as we were pulling in, so we'll just grab it tomorrow. Carl's truck has a broken distributor shaft, so the rotor's not turning anymore. So he just hopped in with these guys, and we're gonna go head over to the Napa in Port Kells, and then Carl will come back and get his truck with the ramp truck later. We're just pulling in the Napa right now, and it's definitely a party happening here. They got DJs playing and food trucks. There's cars everywhere. So we're park leg 2 blocks away from Napa because there's so many cars here. A lot of tuner cars from the looks of it. Shannon's car is not running super awesome right now. I think it needs points. I popped the distributor cap open and had a look, and they're not happy. They're not good points. They're the points that were in the car when she bought it like 2 years ago. So that's fair. Check out this little Chevy. I like this thing. Anyways, we'll go and see if the Napa's actually open, and maybe we can buy some points. So Napa was open. They didn't have any points. They have a set in Victoria, oddly enough. So we got a set of points rebuild kit in a box right here. So we're gonna sand the points and see if it's happy again.
Yeah, I know.
So I know a lot of people like to talk down on points and stuff. Hold on, I gotta set the camera down here. Will it balance on those rad hose? Oh yeah, it will. So lots of people don't like points. I've never had an issue with them. And when they do give you trouble, like these ones are, you can sand them and it'll always get you back home. Boom. What's up, Adam? I'm not talking to myself, I'm recording right now. And yeah, electronic ignition, when it dies, it dies. For points, you can just sand them and get back home. Or clean up the rotor a little bit too. Put this back together and call it good. Okay, we've got this thing running again. I don't know if it's running better, but it's running. So we're gonna head back to Carl's to get the ramp truck to go pick up his broken truck. We've made it back to Carl's place. Ramp truck adventures. We want to get Carl's broken down truck.
Everything breaks. Why?
That's why you have your own tow truck.
That's why. That's why.
We've made it back. No one stole the truck. It's good. Load this thing up. Strapped down, ready to go back. But first, look at that super cab, wood drive. All right, we're back at Make It Custom World Headquarters. That's it for the Langley Cruise In day 1. We'll check in tomorrow, see what's going to happen then. Saturday morning, we're going to head down to the show and check it out. Shannon's car is still running with its burnt hole points. I called the local auto parts store that's just 10 minutes up the road, and they've got points in their warehouse. They'll have them in a few hours, so I think it's so cool that I can call a local auto parts store and buy parts for a car that an engine that hasn't been made in 70 years, and they still have parts for it. Anyways, we'll limp it down to the show and check it out. Just coming up to the show now, and check this thing out. I like that. Wood drive, 10 out of 10. All right, we're inside the car show now, and it is incredibly overwhelming with the amount of people here. I don't know how much filming I'll actually be able to do, but we'll give it a try. We're all done with the Langley Cruise. I didn't film much because it was very overwhelming. It was just a lot of people in there. I don't remember if I mentioned or not, but we walked past a Lordco while we were there, and they had a set of points in stock. So we're gonna swap them out real quick, and then probably cruise back over to Carl's place. So here's the old points. Open them up, Shannon. You see that hole that's like burned in there? That's not supposed to be there. They are supposed to look like that. Nice, see how smooth and shiny that is? So those points are just straight up worn out. But the cool thing with points is when they're worn out and broken, like it didn't run awesome, but it was still running. So it still got us home, unlike electronic ignition, which when it's done, it's done. It's dead. You're done. Set the points gap with the old business card. Success. All right, let's pack our tools up and hit the road. So the girls are back at Carl's place along with Lux, and I just took the car back into town and picked up the other set of points that I ordered this morning and just threw them in the glove box for spares. But I gotta say, this car is running really nice. 10 out of 10. Sunday morning, it's not super early, but pretty early, and we're gonna head to Aldergrove for the Aldergrove swap meet, which is, I think, part of the cruise in that we went to yesterday. And then for the afternoon, we're gonna head to, I think, White Rock or South Surrey for the Acrophobiacs car show. Carbecue, actually. It's a barbecue, I think. I hope. We've made it to the Aldergrove swap meet. So our swap meet finds. I got this cool shifter assembly. I just mostly want the pistol grip for brown sugar. And Lux got a cool tow truck. Lux, let's see your tow truck. So that's all we found, but it was a good little swap meet. So we left the swap meet and cruised into Langley. Had a quick bite to eat, and now we're heading over back to Scott's house, which is where we went on Friday. And we're gonna meet up with some people there and then cruise over to the Acrophobiacs show, the carbecue. All right, we're out of here. We're leaving the Acrophobiacs car show, and we're heading back home now. Should be home hopefully around like 9 o'clock tonight. And we're back. We made it back just before 9 o'clock. Car ran pretty good the whole way home, no issues. We went through 3 tanks of gas over the weekend. Huge thanks to Shannon for driving the whole weekend. Thanks to Kat for coming along. Kat's a photographer. She takes photos at car shows and of cars and people. Film photography, not digital. Thanks to Carl for letting us crash at his place for the 3 days. Scott from Los Boulevardos for letting us cruise with him and hanging out. And the Langley Cruise In, I don't know if it's really my scene or not. It was I don't know, it was a big show, but there wasn't a lot of cars that like I was super interested in there. But the cruise on Friday night, that was a ton of fun. Had a good time at the Acrophobiacs BBQ. So lots of some cool lowriders there. That's basically it. Back in the shop here. So just an update on the truck. I've got the roof done. It is fully done. It's all blocked out in 80 grit and it is ready for high build primer. My friend Shane was by the other day and I was working on his Model A, so he started sanding on the truck since I was sanding on the truck until he showed up with his broken Model A. So we just kind of traded jobs. I fixed his car, he worked on my truck. We got cab corners coming up on that. They are, where'd they go? They were sitting on the seat. I think I moved them off the seat though. Anyways, yeah, so we've got some cab corners to replace on that. The 32, I've got a hood for it now, so we can put that back on. If you're wondering why the 32 is sitting here now, the 57 Dodge that was parked here is back at Rick's getting the quarter panels painted. And yeah, so I figured I got a spot inside. Let's park the 32 inside. I'm not actually working on it though. Just finishing this thing up here. I wish that I could film this build for you guys. I know you guys have all seen it in the background. And I've been working on it for almost a year now, but the guy that owns that car, he doesn't want to do any filming. He kind of wants to keep it private. So that's why I haven't had a lot of content out lately, is because I've been working on that mostly and I can't film any of that. And the truck takes, like to do that roof took, I could normally do 3 videos in the amount of time it took me to do that, just the roof on that. So bodywork takes a really long time, but I appreciate your guys' patience for watching. Yeah, coming up is the LG Speed and Custom Reliability Run. If you want to come on that, we're leaving September 27th from Mill Bay, British Columbia. That's here on Vancouver Island. We're meeting there at 10 o'clock and hitting the road for a full day of back road adventures with pre-1964 traditional hot rods and customs. We've got some videos on the previous reliability runs if you want to check those out and see what it's all about. And hopefully for you somewhat local people, BC, Washington and stuff, you guys can make it. That's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next video.